I think the important thing to consider is that although we teach a young person a particular skill in one context, does not mean that they're able to display that same skill or behaviour in a different setting, which means we have to teach it. And we incorporate it into our teaching at the very beginning. That means that when we're teaching a particular target, we use different instructors, we use different settings, we use different materials. This ensures a greater success rate of that young person generalising their skills. One young man in particular that I worked with who has a diagnosis of autism, in particular situations of high demand or in situations where he was unsure of the instruction, what he would quite often do is leave that environment, so he'd simply walk off. He found situations like that quite anxiety provoking. As a result, what we needed to do, because this was interfering quite heavily with his learning as he wasn't accessing these activities, we needed to teach him a response that would allow him to access them, but it was a response that would be more appropriate. So the target we put in place was to teach him in those particular situations to either ask for a break or to ask for help. Again, something that would get his needs met, but it was something that was more appropriate and functional. And what we saw over time, because we introduced this target with various different tutors, various different instructors, we did it across different environments and settings, we found that there was a reduction in the amount of walk-offs that were happening, and he started to use his functional communication response more. So he began to ask for help, or he requested a break if necessary, and this meant he was able to access these activities more successfully. And then what we noticed over time was that this particular response had generalized. So when we began a new activity or we were to meet new instructors, he still used these same functional communication responses, which was extremely impressive and has made a big difference to his life.